right, the Psychic Serpent here, continuing on with our monthly messages for October. In this video, I will be covering Earth signs. So it's going to be Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. If you have any of those for your big three signs, Sun, Moon, or Rising, you might want to watch. And you can also check out my other videos if your Sun, Moon, or Rising falls into those as well. Just apply it to kind of the area that you're looking at. So for your Ascendant or Rising sign, you're going to kind of be thinking about your first impressions, new beginnings, your physical body. The moon sign is going to kind of deal with your mind, emotions, intuition. And then our sun sign oftentimes deals with creativity, joy, and our outer reputation in the world outside of ourselves and our intimate homes. And so I'm just going to be shuffling here for our first sign. And that's going to be Taurus. Whoop. All right, Taurans, let's see what's going on for you guys in October. All right, and we have Athena, inner wisdom. So this goddess is definitely about using everything that you've learned to strategize for the moment. You know there's an action that you need to take right now, and it's something that maybe you feel like you need to take a little bit more secretively or maybe without everybody knowing what's going on. So it's okay to kind of have your own kind of strategies and your own abilities that you are aware of and using them to get done the things that you no longer want to delay and put off. Maybe other people around you aren't moving with as much swiftness as you would like, and you've seen a way forward already. So go ahead and rely on that wisdom that you have, and don't allow anybody to make you feel like you can't make the moves that you feel are necessary, because ultimately those are what are aligned with your heart's goal, and other people can't know what's in your heart. So the fire that's burning in you, other people might not recognize it, and your passion to kind of complete this project or complete this cycle that you've been working on, but you kind of know what needs to be done, Tauran, and it's time for you to step up and take action on that. I know we can deal with a little bit more comfort and not wanting to step outside of our comfort zone as a Tauran, but Athena is asking you here of like, it's kind of a balance of both. It's like in your comfort and in the nighttime and in your time where you're resting and relaxing and not feeling pushed and pressured, you get the wisdom and the inspiration that you need. But now it's time to kind of push past that and now step outside of that, you know, wake up from the bed and get away from the desk and writing all your ideas and planning it out. It's time to put it into action here with Athena, and you are more than capable of doing so. So that is your lovely goddess message. And the reason I'm using the goddess deck for the readings this month is because as I'm recording these videos, it is the last day of Navratri, or the 9 nights of the goddess Durga or Devi. And so in honor of her, I decided to use the goddess deck, which is one of my first deck actually that I've ever had. And so I thought it would be a nice way to kind of show some respect to her as well and give you guys some way to connect with that goddess energy throughout the month of October. And so now we're going to move on with our next earth sign. That is going to be Virgo. So let's see what's going on with our Virgos. Whoop, come back here. All right. And we have Bridget, don't back down, or Bridget. And so what this tells me here is that there's definitely a feeling of maybe unsafety or some type of harm coming outside externally, and this could be towards you and your intimate family or just you personally against maybe feeling towards other people around you. And there's a lot of words and a lot of things being spoken, but ultimately you feel like, you know, people are not saying what needs to be said, and you're gonna have to be maybe that person, push come to shove, to kind of speak up and say what it is that's really on your mind. Say what it is that your heart has been like burning to say, because maybe you've seen, I get the sense, maybe you've seen like some injustice either happen to somebody very close to you or happening to you. That's kind of something that you're fed up of maybe seeing happen over and over again, and now is the time for you to kind of stand up for those things. And really this card is all about like communication, but it also reminds me of that, you know, our heart and our compassion and our empathy can oftentimes be the best place to communicate from, because it's usually not just connected to what we're going through, it's connected to us seeing somebody else suffer and hurt in a way that really either reminds us of a past pain or just is something that sits so like unwell with us that we feel like we must say something. So I think find your voice this month, find what it is that you want to stand up for, and find what it is that lights that fire in your heart, and don't let anybody and their words or their judgments kind of deter you from doing so. And again, there is a sense of like, even with, you know, we have some certain like weapons and things represented here, is like a sense of maybe harm or unsafety. So definitely make sure that you're also keeping yourself protected and safe, or whoever this person is that you feel like you need to speak up for, and just be able to not only just anticipate and have that kind of in the back of your mind, but also that those are just the threats to hold you back from saying what needs to be said. It doesn't need to rule over your voice or control your voice or words as well. So that is your message, my Virgos. And I know you guys tend to be one also that, you know, doesn't always like to get confrontational and prefers a little bit more harmony day to day. But I think you're tired of seeing a certain cycle play out, and it's okay to start speaking up. And so we're going to move along to our next sign, Capricorn. And feel free to tip if you'd like in the description below. I'll leave my Venmo. I'll also leave my Instagram if you'd like to follow me there. I post a few readings, do free readings and things like that on my story over there. And so we're going to wrap up our Earth sign readings with our lovely Capricorns. Let's see what October has for you guys. All right, Cappies. All right, Kali, new beginnings, or endings and beginnings. And this is the perfect time to pull this card. As I said, it is Navratri, or the 9 nights of Durga, or Devi, one of her forms being Kali, the great destroyer goddess. And so what she really asks you for here is to figure out, you know, your next phase in life, or at least ponder on the things that are wrapping up right now and how that's leaving you room to kind of grow and be rebirthed into somebody new. And also understanding that like anything that is ending in your life, things that, you know, you've kind of know just don't serve a purpose, or they've been holding you back, especially from your deep spiritual growth or your connection with the divine. Maybe you feel like there's certain people and places that are bringing you further away or taking up too much of your time. I think right now your spirituality and your groundedness in that is important for my Capricorns. And while we love being out in the world, I'm a Capricorn moon, so I definitely get you guys. While we love being out in the world and being in service of others and contributing to society, I think it's time for you to kind of make sure that everything that you're doing and all the work you're doing is aligned with your spiritual goals and values here. And what is truly your end goal? I think that's what Kali is asking you here, is like you're being presented with a chance to start a new cycle. So what are the intentions here? What do you want out of your spirituality, and what is the next step for you? And that is also, you know, a part of the endings of like, what is not going to bring you to the point that you're seeking, or the path that you are naturally seeing unfolded on your spirituality. I think you already know some things are out of line with that, and it's time for you to figure out ways to maybe distance yourself or kind of bring those things to be released fully from your life, so that more spiritual growth can start stepping in. Things are about to come your way, or they might be some certain synchronicities and messages coming to you, but if you're busy caught up in the old, you're not going to be able to take this new step on your spiritual path or journey. And so that is the messages for my lovely Earth signs here. Again, we got Athena, inner wisdom for our Taurans. So definitely focusing on building your strategy, but executing it as well. Bridget, don't back down for our Virgos. No matter what people are saying and what, you know, actions they're taking to make you feel afraid to not say what you need to be, what you feel needs to be said, you definitely stick to your heart and stick to your compassion and empathy for others, because that is fueling the flames of your voice. And start using your voice this month for sure of October. And Kali, endings and beginnings for our Capricorns. Again, October is a really good month for the thinning of the veil. We have Pitru Paksha in, you know, many Hindu culture and spiritualities. So it's definitely a time for you to let the messages kind of flow down to you. And I think, you know, cutting out the things that aren't going to be necessarily a part of your spiritual journey in the long run, it could be time to start maybe assessing some of those things a bit more and just focusing on naturally letting things release that feel like they're falling away in your life as well. Again, feel free to give me a follow on Instagram. I'll leave my Venmo in the description below if you would like to tip, and check out my other videos for all the other signs this month.